Hi everyone, it's Jean from the Inky Owl Studio. Today I'm going to be doing a little Let's Make mini tutorial on how I put together these little storage pockets using Nikki's kit and using magnets. I'm going to show you how I assembled those, and I'm going to show you two ways. I'm going to show you using her kit, and I'm also going to show you not using a kit at all. And you know, they're very similar. There'll be some differences, but I just thought I would throw those two ideas out to you. What you're going to need, of course, if you're going to be assembling Nikki's kit, you will need these two pages. Now, one page is like this, and the second page is like this, and you'll put them back to back, okay? Because you need this to be two-sided. So these are two different pages, and they are printed on each side. Then you're also going to need one more page of this pattern here to work on the inside of this kit. And of course, these fun little clasps. They're so neat. They're so neat. But if you are not going to be working with her kit, you will need a two-sided piece of construction, or some kind of a cardstock or heavy scrapbook paper that has two sides to it. This is just like craft paper. You know, this is an idea for one. I printed both sides on a piece of cardstock, and this print is from the Graphics Fairy in her premium site under her grunge papers, and I just printed both sides of it. But you could just take a plain colored piece of cardstock. You could, if your paper is printed on one side and white on the other side, then you can just, you know, glue a print on the other side. So whatever you end up with, it does need to be two-sided. So what I'm going to do is, off camera, I'm going to go ahead and cut out the kit, and I'm also going to cut a piece from this that is about 4 1/4 wide by about 7 inches, approximately. And I'll be right back. I have cut out the pieces that we are going to be needing. So you can use any measurement, but in this instance I am using 4 1/4 by 7 inches piece, and that's approximately what the kit's size of that's in her kit. And then in addition, I cut from the other page that I printed out, the extra one of this design. I cut out one piece that was 4 1/4, the width of the case, and by 1 1/2 inches, so that I could cut in, you know, I cut that little curve in, so it's about 1 1/2 inches. And then the other side is 1 1/4 wide by 4 1/2, and that is going to eventually be down here on this side. For the two sides, for the flat, because now the case itself, when you fold it up, is open in here, which, you know, sometimes is not a big deal, especially if perhaps you put a pocket in here. You could put a pocket to put stuff in, and you wouldn't have to worry about the closing on the side flaps. You wouldn't have to worry about that at all. But I kind of liked having these because I could put more ephemera inside here than if it was just a thin pocket. So it's just what you would like to do or not do. So for this, you'll need a piece that's about 3 inches this way and 1 1/4 across. And I rounded out the two edges that will eventually come over here. I kind of like that look. So I cut that for both of them, and I did not cut from the extra sheet that I printed out here because it's got the white on the other side, and it was a lot to print another sheet that is double again for just making one project. So I am just going to go ahead and use a different color in there, and it's I don't think it's that big of a deal it matches, and so that's what I'm doing for in there, but you may want to have another double side to print out. Sounds confusing, I know, but that's really up to you. That's just how I am putting this together. So we have these 4 pieces for each of the cases. You will also need these little magnets. Now I have these tiny, these are tiny, very powerful, but they're tiny. So they're about 1/4 of an inch across, and I don't know what that is in millimeters. Sorry, I don't know. But when I put it on my ruler, they're about 1/4 of an inch wide, and they're super, super thin. Now I looked to see if I could reorder these. I got them on Amazon a while ago, but they don't have them from this company anymore. I did a little search and I found some that they probably are not quite this tiny, but they're pretty small. But that's up to you. I think if you just put in small craft magnets, you'll get a whole big selection. And you just don't want them to be any more than 1/2 inch wide. I mean, I think that would probably be overkill. But anyways, you're going to need a couple of those magnets. You're going to need 4, no, sorry. You're going to need 1 brad, or eyelet, excuse me, 1 eyelet for each case that you make. And I have some cloth here that I tore strips from to make little pull down tabs, but you could use, ribbon, you could probably use string, you could use other stuff that you have around. And then for these, for the one that is not the kit, and for these strips here, which I think really dress up this little guy quite a bit, you can get like a washi tape to put down there. I don't have any, this is the only washi tape I have that doesn't really have much of a design to it. Everything else has numbers and prints and everything. But you could also use, and I think what I'm going to use today is I'm going to use some twill tape. I got this at Hobby Lobby. Twill tape. And it's pretty thin. Any, like a Joann's would sell it, maybe even a Walmart would sell it. This is actually the thinnest I've seen, which is good because you don't want a lot of bulk. But I'm going to be using this for the straps that come down across here. And it's kind of cool because it kind of gives it a little bit of dimension. So, but the washi tape would work well, or you don't have to do anything. I mean, that is really decorative type of thing. So that is your basic, and your glue. So that's what you basically are going to need to construct this together. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to score this. And she has the score lines already in her little kit. So I am going to use those score lines since they're already there. And this one is at 2.5. The first one's at 2.5. And the next one is at 5.5. I'm just putting a light one in there, very light. So that's 2.5 and 5.5 are the 2 places. There we go. Okay. Well, we'll just fold those little dealies around. You get that folded. Now the next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to put in your little eyelet. So let's just get rid of this here. So we'll get to the middle of this little guy, which 4.25. Let's see. Let's see, that's about right. right about here. So I'm going to come down. Well, I guess yours is only 4 inches wide. I'm going to come down about an inch from the top and put the hole there. Well, ½ inch. So I come down a ½ inch from this edge right here, and I'm going to put in my hole. And I'm going to put in my eyelet, just like so. So after he's in, I'm going to take a piece of cloth that I've torn off of here. I'm going to thread this through like so. And then I'm going to glue this down right in here so that it'll stay for me. I'll just put some glue down here like so. Alrighty. So you want to make sure that this little piece, oh, not this one, this little piece that you cut out will hide what's behind there. It'll hide that little piece of cloth there. So you want to, check that out. Alrighty, let's put our magnets into our little case here. I always start at the bottom, and I'm just going to measure. This does not have to be precise. I've come down like maybe a ½ inch from there, and the center is right about here. So let's see, I want to come in 3/4 of an inch on each side. Is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a little mark there, and 3/4 of an inch on this side. All right, so I have 2 little places here. I'm going to put magnets at these 2 different places. And if you have double-sided tape, this is an easier process, but I'm going to work with just regular cellophane tape. Alrighty. And I'm going to put a little dab of Fabri-Tac over each of those little, oh, my bottle's getting empty. Each of those little places where I'm going to put the magnet, I'm just going to put a dab of this. Well, if I can get it to come out, come on each of those. And then I'm going to tape my magnet right over those dots. And I just put the Fabri-Tac underneath the tape. I don't know, just to secure it even more. Probably not absolutely necessary, it's just what I do. And we'll put a magnet over here on this little dot there. So this is where I want the magnets to be. I am going to take the bottom piece. Where did I lay that at? Here she is, right here. And I'm just going to go ahead and glue this in the way it is right now. So quick, get it in there. Just going to cover them up so everything is secure in the bottom part. All right. So now, of course, we want magnets up here that are going to match the magnets that are down inside here. Right there. And to do that, what I do is I take the piece that I'm going to use and place it up here the way it's going to go into there. All right, it's going to go in that way. And then I bring this down so that piece is inside. I can always cut it off on the outside edge, but I want to make sure that right along here, nothing is showing. All right. And I'm going to carefully lift this up while keeping that bottom piece right in place. Don't want it to shift. And I'm going to put my magnet. Well, I had a second one here. He must have flew back with the rest of them. These are so powerful. Okay. And the second magnet there. So these two are meeting the magnet. I check again to make sure I'm in the line. Yep, everything is in line. All right, and then I glue right here, and careful not to you know, glue past that little strip. I put a little dab over each magnet. Now, you know, now that I've done it this far, I kind of wish I'd put tape over these so they don't move, but I think we'll be okay. So let's just press this down here together like so. And you're going to give it a minute to make contact. And you do have a minute to adjust with Fabri-Tac in case you have to, but don't think we have to. Nope, it's being held by the magnet. Cool. All right. All right, so I'm not going to lift it for a minute here because I want to make sure that the glue does. There we go. And so I just make sure, because there's a lot of bulk here with the eyelet and the magnet, so you want to press around those bulky areas. But there you go. There is your little magnet all put inside there. And then I need to trim that off there where I didn't cut it quite even. Now that this has all been assembled and everything, now we can make a little, I usually make a little knot in here at the bottom, or a little pull tab. Now I like having a pull tab in this just because it, you know, the wear and tear of always flipping it up can be lessened by having the little pull tab. That's just, you know, it looks cute, but I also do it for you know, construction reasons. Well, this little knot is just being stubborn. So there we go. And now we're going to add the snaps, or the latches that go down across here. And what I do with the latches is I cut them in half. After I have cut them out, I cut them in half like so, just like that. I might have to get in here and quickly ink where I cut it. I don't want any white to be showing. And so to me, let's see now, how did I do that? Did I do it this way? Let me look at my design really fast here. Sorry. Yeah, I put my eyes. I wanted to put this at the bottom, so you may have a different take on that, but I think the longer piece goes at the bottom and the shorter piece went to the top, just like that. So let me glue those on. So the top piece I glue flush to the little tab that stuck down. I glued that right to that edge, and then the bottom piece, after I fold it down and see where it lies, I just matched up this bottom piece underneath it. So there you go. So cute, this little teeny little luggage thing, or whatever you want to call it. So that's Nikki's kit, and that's how I made her kit. All right, let's take a look at the one that is not part of the kit, but just one that I used on my own papers with, and I assembled it exactly like I did with Nikki's kit. I put the magnets in the same way. I've got the little um, eyelet in there. I got the little tabs that come through here. So everything has been assembled just the way it was with her kit. But now we don't have the latches and we don't have that little cute strip. So this is what I did. Artie Mays has a freebie. She has lots of freebies, but on her freebie page, and I'll link her freebie page down below, but she has these I think they're like photographs of metallic buttons is what I can make out that they are, but they're a little reminiscent of maybe a snap or something is what I'm kind of thinking I'm going to be using in here um, instead of the latches. I think it still gives it sort of a masculine, outdoorsy, woodsy, natural look to it. They're almost kind of Western in looking. And then I'm going to also, of course, use this cool seam twill tape. And you'll want to glue the bottom a little bit just because it will fray somewhat. So you want to glue that bottom just a little bit. And I'm going to put a strip on each side, and I'm going to have it hang down just a little bit. Now, if this is going to be something you take out, of course you'll want the seam binding to go all the way around the back, and you might even want to come up in the front a little bit. Now you want to be careful not to interfere with the magnet because you don't want to put too much, for the magnet to go through. But I think if this hangs down a little bit, then you can stop, probably like in this area here where this will just hang over it. Okay. I think, what will I do? I think I'm just going to put it on the front with this one. That's what I'm going to do. So let me make sure that I do the same on each place. So let's come in and make a mark at a 1/2 inch there. And I'll make a 1/2 inch mark over here just to give me a guide as to where to put this at. And I'm just going to snip it off here so I don't have so much to work with. So let's just go ahead and put glue on here. And then the glitter glue probably would have worked, but since I have the Fabri-Tac here, I'm going to use that. I don't want to come down all the way because part of this is going to hang down. And I'm going to put it right up against that line, just like so. And I'll cut another little piece off here and just make sure that you kind of stop the fraying. Putting just a little bit of glue there. Doesn't have to be a lot. And getting this done up here with your Fabri-Tac. Making sure you hang down the same distance as the other one. There. How cute is that? pretty cute, isn't it? Okay. And you probably could use a ribbon or something like that. I'm going to go ahead and glue this over on the other side down just a little bit, just so that it won't fray on the top there. All right, that's really cute. And then we'll just put in this little guy, and I'm just going to, you could put buttons on this. It'll add a fair amount of bulk. I don't know, where would I put this now? Put it here. It would add a fair amount of bulk if you did that. Use the buttons, but this kind, it just reminds me of a decorative snap. This is what it really reminds me of. So that's kind of why I chose these. It's cute. Yep. They are both cute. Oh, there is sort of a matching design. Wait, that'll hold. There we go. And it'd be cute to put a little rhinestone in there. Wouldn't that be cute? Oh, that would be cute too. So there you go. There's a little pouch. Well, without the kit. And here's the little one with the kit. So that turned out really fun, really cute. I hope you make one to put into your journal. So thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. It'll really help me a lot. I would like to grow a little bit more. So please, if you enjoyed this, please subscribe and like it, and leave a comment down below. I appreciate and I read all my comments, and I thank you so much to those who have been commenting. And we will talk to you later. Bye.